If you like the content that we're pushing out, please like, share, and of course subscribe. And let us know in the comments what you think about our videos. Like, why would you watch it and not tell us what's going on? And I hope to see you later on. Peace out.
Welcome to another episode of Alternative Factuals. It's your boy, Black Magic, 8 Balls, your Dynasty, God's Comma to the top. You know I'm here with my boy Devante. That's it.
Hi. How are you? So today we're going to do a nice little versus battle for, of course, Anime Friday. But this time, like I said, this is Anime versus Marvel. So we're going to have our lovely Deadpool come into this match versus a One Piece, heavy hitter.
Roronoa Zoro.
Sounds delicious, doesn't it? But anyway, so let's get into a little bit of each of the characters' abilities. Now, since there are over 800 episodes of One Piece, this time it's going to be a lot easier to compare these two characters because there's a lot of information for both of them. So we're going to start off with Deadpool, since the last time I started off with the anime character. So, we're going to alternate, try and keep it fair and all that stuff. Deadpool actually has a nice little healing factor, as a lot of you may know, which was based off of Wolverine's healing factor, which everyone knows is extremely potent in its prime, before the whole Old Man Logan timeline and the adamantium poisoning his blood of every second of every day, which modified his healing factor. But that's something totally different. That's my side rant. Anyways, but yes, his healing factor is a lot more potent than his. He can actually regrow limbs, whole hands, whole feet, and he experiences fatigue a lot less, simply because, like I said, of his healing factor. And he is an expert swordsman, gun user, marksman, hand-to-hand combatant, and all that good stuff. And of course, he is very well aware of plots, because he can break the fourth wall in any situation. So he is well aware of how many situations will turn out, because he is very, very aware of our world and how we wrote him. Remove that factor and we're gonna just get into the nitty-gritty. Now, Deadpool uses a sword made out of carbonadium, which actually can cancel out not just healing factors on his level, but also regular healing in terms of, let's say you get stabbed or sliced. Your blood has to clot in order to close that wound at some point, but the sword can actually cancel that out completely. So you can literally bleed out from a paper, like a little paper cut, regarding that sword. And I'll let Dwight get into the specifics of Zoro and his abilities and what he's capable of.
Well, Roronoa Zoro from One Piece, obviously, he uses three sword style, a style he invented himself. He has a black blade, he has a cursed blade, and he has an, I don't want to say ancient blade, but it's a well-known blade given to him by his childhood friend's father after she died. None of them have the same I guess power as the carbonadium blade. Like, they're just regular blades, they're just really durable. But he can infuse it with his haki, which is his armament haki, which can cut through practically anything. And before Zoro could even use his armament haki, he was able to cut through steel as if it was nothing. So going against but he has adamantium bones too, right?
No, he doesn't have adamantium bones, just his sheer flesh. So he will be able to cut him easily, but
I don't know. I'm probably thinking of something else. But yeah, his sheer flesh, he can cut through it easily.
Now the problem mostly lies with his healing factor. Honestly, from my experience, my dabbling into One Piece, I do feel like Deadpool will not stand up to him in terms of his swordsmanship.
Yeah, his swordsmanship is way past Deadpool. So possibly his unpredictability will help him get that one cut that he needs for the carbonadium blade to really do damage. But then, since it's different worlds, we don't really know how the haki stands up against the carbonadium blade.
I mean, I'll let them have that one. I'll say, like, let's say we merge the two universes. I'll say I believe that it'll be able to cut through the carbonadium blade, but even if it's down to a little piece of sliver of blade left on the holder, I would just say, like, more or less, it would just take a nice little slice, which I do feel Deadpool can pull off, just a slice at the very least. And then at that point, it's more or less just a waiting game. Because like I said, he won't be able to clot. So if we can get a nice little slice in it, eventually either he'll bleed out, or it'll be a combination of fatigue and bleeding out, because Deadpool's healing factor would just accommodate for pretty much anything. You can slice through him, he'll heal. You can take off a finger, he'll grow it back. You can take off a hand, it'll grow back. And it's gonna be a non-stop back and forth thing, honestly. Well, more like a one-way battle, but it's more of a waiting game, and Deadpool will be fully aware of, okay, he'll recognize that this guy doesn't have a healing factor. So I can just outweight him and he will never be able to kill me, and let's see how long he's able to last. And I'll just honestly, in terms of sheer skill, Zoro would have the battle in his hand. Like, if Deadpool did not have a healing factor, that would be his ideal situation. Like, he would not stand a chance swordsmanship wise, and even his guns wouldn't be able to affect Zoro in this situation. However, a very small but big detail is, like I said, his healing factor, which plays a big game in a lot of situations in Marvel Comics. So I think we both can agree that Deadpool would take this, not out of skill.
Not out of skill. Deadpool would take it, but then it's still different universes, so I don't know how the hockey would affect his healing factor, whether it does or it doesn't. If it does, then Zoro has it undoubtedly, but I don't really know. I don't think it would affect his healing factor, so right now I'm going to say it goes to Deadpool.
Just for the healing factor, nothing more. That ability of his saved him in this situation. But if you disagree with with the outcome of this battle, please leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about this situation in terms of, do you feel like the battle can go to a different direction, or do you feel like this battle was totally garbage and you feel like you could have done it better? You know, which is perfectly fine. You know, whatever, it's fine. But if you're new to the channel, please like, share, and of course subscribe, leave a comment, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace out, Zaddy.